So this episode takes place in the same week as the last episode, and it's Monday night, so we're trying to finish up everything. So we're looking to get some more zeros done so that we can get a key. We're going to be doing Torghast, and we're going to be ignoring the campaign, since we don't have much time to waste. We're going to start with some zeros so it'll be easier to find a key later, and I think I'll be satisfied with just a 2. Despite the fact that I know I can do a 2 at my item level, I know people wouldn't invite me to a group, so I'm going to continue getting more gear from zeros before I do that. What you're capable of doesn't really mean what you're allowed to join in the Pug world. Just a heads up for this video, the audio in the live recording got a little messed up, so there's going to be a lot more post commentary. That being said, I'm working on trying to improve the audio for future episodes. We start this dungeon off by getting loot from the first boss. Unfortunately, it's a duplicate item, so it doesn't really help us. A great attempt at a skip, but in the end, it pulls everything. Just get used to this one. I asked to do the 2 with the group, so that hopefully I can get my weekly done. But unfortunately, most of them say no. We move on to another zero, Necrotic Wake. I start this off by throwing a spear and dying instantly. Pretty standard stuff at this point. I actually asked the rogue to shroud so that we can get this done quicker, but the tank is more of a hold W kind of guy. Respectable. This is a very long fight. I got the trinket. I get a compliment. God, Gut Slash is something I've never had to deal with before. This is gonna be bad if I ever do high keys. I'm not gonna have like any cooldowns for the next boss if I use it here. Though this boss is more likely to go wrong. I get an off-spec trinket here, which is nice, but more importantly it boosts our in-bag item level. On a side note, this Death Knight had never done a Mythic Dungeon before. It was super cool seeing someone completely new to Mythic Dungeons try it out for the first time. That Necrotic Wake finished our calling, which gave us a renown, and we pick up Cleansed Vestments, which is a trait that'll just give us some extra gold. Just for the sake of getting things done, I might just play Brewmaster. It does not matter what happens in this key as long as we finish it, and then after this, it's time for Torghast. This is the type of key I'm getting into. My expectations for timing this key were extraordinarily low, and I can imagine that the group leader felt the same way. When you're tanking in a pug, you should always inspect your healer. Just try to make sure they're running the right stuff and see what you can be confident with. I feel pretty confident about my healer. He has a legendary on and seems to be running the right stuff. So I do a pretty large pull at the start. I notice they don't pop wings, so I kind of slow it down from that point on. So the healer tells me to pull everything here, and while some people might be offended by this, all it tells me is that he wants to pop wings on this pull, and pulling more will not make the pull any more dangerous when wings is up. .com. Wow. Touch of Death clearing stagger is so good. Are you ready for a clown fiesta? That is not good. We don't have a vent there, by the way. That's even worse. It worked out. I cannot express how important a vent there is in this dungeon if your positioning isn't very good, because stuff like this happens all the time. I feel like we're criminally over percent. Like, with the inability to skip the next stuff, I guarantee we won't. And we're gonna be way too over. See, this is bad. We're very, very over. It'd be like that sometimes. Accidentally hit Zen Med in there. Oh, that's really bad. Because I didn't explain it during the fight, the reason why this is bad is because when you don't crush the ads with the leap, they respawn, and the ads do a lot of casting damage. I mean, they shouldn't revive. I think we get another one. Curse of Stone is coming now. But they might come back alive. No, okay, we're gonna... yeah. Okay, so he is attacking me with the thing. I feel like maybe I should have saved my touch of death for the boss to try to kill it, but we should be able to kill the boss. Yeah, it's a really good thing we don't have Prideful. The likelihood is we're gonna accidentally pull one of these. The Spinwalker is not having a good time. The monk tech right there. Except he wasn't standing on the lantern, so it just almost killed him. I tried to have them kill the mini-boss without killing the ghosts, because if we out DPS it, then we don't have to kill any of the ghosts. Unfortunately, we don't have the damage for that. That was so much quicker. We just killed the souls and all of a sudden nothing matters anymore. It wasn't even worth trying if we trying to out DPS it. I don't even think it would have saved that much time anyways. I honestly kind of want to get hit by one of them so I can... What if I get hit by this so I can stagger it? That does shit for stagger. Just trying to build a big old celestial brew. Full moon! We timed it. It's not bad. Surprised, actually. I got a renown. Alright, Snorgast. Let's go. Look, I had the whole Torghast experience. I died to traps. I waited for my cooldowns. I died to melees. I waited for my cooldowns. I died to casts. I waited for my cooldowns. I took all the HP traits because I was undergeared. And seriously, I waited for my cooldowns a lot. And by the end of it, I had 2 tries to kill the boss. Luckily, I barely scraped by on the first attempt. But even so, it took me an hour for just one layer 8 Torghast. Okay, well, with the previous layer of Torghast taking an hour, that doesn't seem ideal to do again, especially on a layer that is harder. So I think we're going to try to get more gear. I know we have a Night Fae, but I don't think they want to press their thing. Well, no trinket, no weapon, but these pants are extremely big. Okay, so she does melee while doing that. That kind of sucks. The shaman just standing at the door waiting. Well, they don't need me. They got the Earth Alley. We're positioned right on top of the urn. Let's see. Does anyone want to use it? Imagine not jumping. That's called catering. You see that? Wait. I was so confused to see a staff here until I realized it was agility. With the Warlock dying in phase 1, I had zero faith we would actually win phase. I touch a death to my totem, and then I walk over and just sit there watching. And I see all of the totems completed, which surprised me a lot. Oh. That's very nice of him. I took a look at my item level here and realized that we were outgrowing Mythic Zeros, and that felt so nice. God, I thought he was just typing in random letters, but that's the guy's name. This is just another example of how much of a cool team player I am, saving Touch of Death for the Cocoon. I'm gonna actually pop this boss when we get into the phase. This is just a PSA about this fight. The dog can't be knocked back. Don't try. I'm upset. I got the Mist Collar trinket, which is pretty bad, but after I got it, I spent a solid 5 minutes trying to understand how it worked, even trying to use it specifically on the Brewmaster because I thought it can only buff one person at a time. Goodbye, Tiger. Alright, I got my poisons that I gotta put on. I'm a rogue now, I got my 2 poisons. And now it's time for Cold Heart, which you'd imagine I'd be dreading, but it was actually fun. I had some clips that I could actually show instead of just showing me waiting for cooldowns every 5 seconds, because I actually got good traits this time and used the weekly event, which helped me not have to wait for cooldowns a lot. These goddamn boxes will be paying for that legendary. Oh. Now that's just unfortunate. That health trait is going to be so good with Touch of Death. 13% health in all stats. Kind of strong. Just a little bit strong. Okay, I think we're actually stacked. Honestly, this one took about an hour also, but this one felt like it was more fun. Felt that tops it. Not only was this a good run that I had fun in, but I just get immunity on the last boss anyways, so it doesn't even matter. Nothing even matters. Does not matter. We end this week off pretty strong, having a Mythic Plus done, our Torghast done, and I finish up the rest of the campaign that I can for now, which is almost every chapter, leaving us with 2 chapters left. And because of this Renown upgrade, we're finally able to upgrade our Renown gear to 184, which completely obsolesces Mythic Zero gear. Literally just AFKing.